So this video was going to be the first run with the GPS unit, but that's going to be in a part 2. This video is just going to be basically how to free up a stuck engine, an engine that has been sitting for a long time and was frankly not put away properly. So let's do that. See you later. Hello and welcome to Nitro Talk. If you're into nitro engines, nitro vehicles, anything at all to do with that side of the RC hobby, I really appreciate your support. So, I have been absolutely jonesing to try this thing out. Okay, so I thought to myself, what do I have that's close to running? I could put it on the XTM Mammoth, but I've already made a few videos of the Mammoth. I wanted to run it in a touring car at first, is what I wanted to do with it. So I looked at a couple different touring cars on the shelf, and I noticed it looks like this one that looks like a 2.4 gigahertz antenna there. This one I saw has a Fly Sky receiver in it, so I should probably check that before I started the video. There's a good chance that I have it saved and set up in my Fly Sky transmitter here. So, and of course I got to put some batteries in it because I stole some from it. What else did I have the Fly Sky hooked to? Didn't I just do something recently with the Fly Sky receiver? But anyways, let me go ahead and... Alright, so what I've done so far. Apparently I did mess with this back in the day because I'm pretty sure I put... Yeah, I mean, I put that Fly Sky receiver in there. But apparently I had also left some fuel in it because there was some nice oily, gummy fuel in the bottom of the tank. So I cleaned that out. The engine was stuck, but came free pretty easily. So I think we should. All right, let me see if we got a model on here. Not that. Oh, come on now. PCR, Savage, MP9, TST. What is the name of this thing? This is the Megatech. What the heck is this Megatech? Megatech. I can't think of the name of this thing. I don't think it's TST. RS4, that's HPI. Another Savage. Thunder Tiger EK4. GS Storm. NXT. Nitro XT. That's what it is. A Megatech Nitro XT. I think that is what we're looking for. So, I've got a receiver battery charging. Alright, so we'll test the radio out as soon as the battery's done charging. So for now, I want to take a peek inside this engine before I go ahead and start. Oh, I'm trying to remember not to block the camera. Probably throw some fuel down into this engine to free it up, but I want to take a peek under the head of it real quick before I do that. So I'm going to go ahead and take this head off. This is a Megatech touring car, and it also has a Megatech engine. Dropping stuff. Alright, there's all my separate head button. And Yeah, a little bit. Well, I tell you what, I can't blame anyone else. Oops, sorry. I can't blame anyone else because yeah, I mean, I did run this car. I must have, you know what? I guarantee it was, I'm gonna shirk off the blame here. I don't think, when I stopped doing it, I don't think I was done. I think I had planned to run it some more or test or whatever I was doing with it. This was been at least a year or two ago. Oh, more than that, 3 years ago. Yeah, I think I had planned to run it some more, and then other stuff got in the way, and it just got sent to the shelf. And this is not how you're supposed to put an engine away. You're supposed to run it out, run the tank out, pinch the line so to get all the fuel out. This was put away incorrectly. So let me go ahead and drop this piston all the way. You know what, before I do that, let me just grab this oily gunk off of here. Thick, dried up, the fuel evaporated and left behind the oil. So I'm going to drop the piston all the way down to expose the ports. Where is my fuel? And I'm going to pour just a bit of fuel into there. That will loosen up the bearing, free up the crank to where the engine will turn over a lot easier. And I'm gonna I want that fuel to run all throughout the engine, so I'm gonna tilt it in every direction. Sounding good already. Let me go ahead and give all right. Head button doesn't look bad at all. Let's go ahead and check that glow plug while we're thinking about it. Make sure we got a good glow plug in there. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just run the towel in there real quick. Make sure that's good and clean. And throw our head back on. I think this thing, now I'm 95% sure that I had it running before. Like I said, it's been quite some time, and I was at least testing it. I had a radio set up for it, I believe, and there was fuel in it, so I was at least testing it. Does the 2-speed shift? I do not know. But like I said, I've been jonesing to use that GNSS performance analyzer. So if I can get this thing to run, we will strap it to it, and it will be the guinea pig. Not really. We're going to be using that to do a lot of testing, this versus that. But this inaugural run isn't going to be so much as a versus test, but just let's see what we can get the old Megatech Nitro XT to do. Alrighty, our head is on. I did clean out the tank, but the line, I may have to make sure that line is clear. And I am going to grab, I'm not going to throw the Traxxas top fuel in here. We got a good view of that. I am going to throw the Sidewinder in here. So I gotta fill up my bottle here. Does anyone else hate these frickin' caps in here? But you want your fuel to stay fresh. How to fill your fuel bottle. Squeeze your fuel bottle to release the air, and then stick the nozzle down into your nitro fuel and release the bottle to suck the fuel out of the jug, bottle, bottle. All right, let's put some fuel in here. And like I said, there may be some old fuel in that line, so I am going to remove it from the carb and also remove it from the tank. What's on the tank? Good. And then I am just going to blow into this to shoot the fuel through that line and clear it out. Probably try to do it onto a napkin. What am I doing? I am a dummy. Look what I did. I'm blowing right into the pipe. Yeah, that one. That was kind of funny, but not. All right. Point that away from my face. Oh, that line is clogged. I can't even, I can't get fuel through it. Try there we go. Priming button. Now let me try it. Oh, there we go. All right, we got fuel. Yes, I did just try to blow into the pipe, not the tank. All right, let's clean up our little mess here. So these are the steps. All right, the steps when you have a nitro car that has been sitting for a long time and was not put away properly. These are the steps to get it running again. You got to clear all the old gunky fuel out, get some fresh fuel in, charge up your battery, test your electronics, make sure your electronics are working good. All right, let's see how, hopefully this thing is set up already. I believe it should be. Throw the battery in. Oh, I didn't like the sound of that. Was the switch? No, the switch is off. Oh, look at me. I just do everything wrong. No, don't plug it directly into there. You plug it in through the switch. All right, and the switch is off. Switch is off. All right. Yeah, this is what you really need to see here, is me plugging this switch in. All right, plugged into the switch. I didn't reverse the polarity. I did something right. This thing is still on. All right, Nitro XT, I'm hoping. Let me go ahead now and... looks like... brakes work. Brakes do work. All right, looks like we are set up and ready. Uh-oh. We are gonna do it. All right. Let me kill this. I will turn that off. Throw this up through there. This is going to take me an hour. Longer than that. got it started. Now to not, oh, come on, there we go. All right, stuff all of this into here, very orderly. Make sure you got your little pass-through right there. Make sure nothing's outside of the box. And clips are engaged, are they? Is that one? That one is engaged. And I don't want to get forceful with that one. There we go. Front engaged. All right. So we have a battery in here. We got fuel. Okay, so the next thing is, will this thing start? That is the question. All right, so let's go ahead and prime it. I'm going to clog the exhaust. I'm going to pull this. Yeah, it has fuel inside of it, although that fuel has a lot of gunky oil on it. This thing is going to need to be cleared out. So let's just see how it reacts to a glow igniter. Well, that is super tight. You know what? All right. When you get an engine flooded, this engine feels like it is flooded. That pull starter is very hard to pull. This is how you clear out a flooded engine. Now again, we're going to make a little bit of a mess here. It's probably a good idea to wear rubber gloves when you are working on nitro engines. You really don't want to be touching nitro fuel. I always try to tell people, do as I say, not as I do. You really don't want to be touching this stuff. So I'm going to try to be a little bit responsible, at least, and because this is going to make a little bit of a mess. So we're clearing out an engine that is flooded. Go ahead and take, oh yeah, she certainly is. You basically just want to turn it upside down and pull the pull start a couple times. That will clear out most of that, as much as you can, out of the engine. I'm going to get a fresh paper towel. Actually, I'm going to wash my hands real quick. I'm going to wash them with soap and water because I got nitro on them. And again, you don't want, you try your best not to touch nitro fuel with your hands. All right, so my hands are nice and clean. Got a clean paper towel here. Now I may have to loosen this glow plug slightly because this thing was really, really tight. Hopefully clearing the fuel out is going to help a lot with that. But again, when you have a really tight engine, it happens a lot when you're breaking in engines. It's hard to turn them over. You can loosen the glow plug to help turn the engine over. Just do not forget to tighten the glow plug back up as soon as the engine starts. All right, so I'm going to put these head bolts back in. Sorry, I'm probably doing it out of view. I'm going to put these head bolts back in, and we're going to give this thing another couple pulls and see if we can get her fired up. Oh, you know what? Does that... Can I get to this with the starter box? If I can get to this with the starter box, I'm not even going to mess with that pull starter. Let me take a look. I don't like these 2mm head bolts on small blocks. I prefer 2.5mm. Yeah, I can get to that with a starter box. Let me and it's on the opposite side of where a buggy would be, but it's in the same orientation, so it should be the same spin direction. Just it'll sit kind of odd on the box, but let me see here. What am I on? Oh, it just sits really weird because half of it's on the box. Where is that? All right, so we know we can get her to start. Oh, did that seem a little rich? Maybe let me open up the throttle. Let me do that, and maybe that'll help keep it running. And I'm going to open up the high-speed needle. Now it needs primed again. Let me think for a second here. Yeah, I'm going to prime it really well. Give it a couple of those. And then we should, hopefully, I'm going to fire up the radio and that, and see. I'm going to go ahead and give it a real good prime again. Try to give it some throttle. Did I get a prime? Yeah, prime. Really good and primed. And I'm ready to go bloopity bloop with that. All right, let's see. Now, all right, so I'm going to put the high needle back to where it was. We just needed, I think, to clean the carb out really good. And now I think it's cleared and should run properly. Yeah. All right. I think we are ready to the next step. I think, all right, here's my theory is now that this thing should fire up. Give it a good prime, and idle now. I'm going to lower the idle back down. Let's see here. All right, engine is good, radio is good. Let me shut that off, shut this off. All right, she is ready to run.